John Chungus. So I was just sitting enjoying dinner and I was just watching some music videos and a song came on that I thought I would actually share with you all. I thought it might be something that would kind of scintillate something within your brain. I've only listened to the first 24 seconds of it and all that's been so far is harmonizing. Um, but personally I found it quite moving and I thought that it's something that the Chungites would agree with. You guys are the Chungites, followers of John Chungus. So the song, if you'd like to listen along, is Akon, Ghetto, and I'm watching the official music video on a popular video streaming platform. So I'm going to start it again, and I'll give you a little signal. So when my hand drops, that's when I'm starting it. I'm going to listen and experience this together. Okay? I think it'll be really great for all of us. I think we're going to enjoy this one. I'm hitting play now. It's the harmonizing. So for me, that was a blind experience. I think that's actually the first time I've ever heard that song. I'd actually like to revisit certain points of it with you as the viewer and the not viewer. You are part of this experience. As part of the experience together, we should experience this. Um, my only like preconception of this was maybe it was a little bit like Elvis's in the ghetto, you know. But obviously that was Elvis. Elvis probably didn't know very much about the ghettos. That's not verbatim, but I can't imagine that he did. So yeah, I would actually like to. Obviously, I enjoyed the harmonies early on. That's why I brought you all here to watch this. But there was a few lines quite early on in the song that really sort of stuck with me throughout the rest of the listening experience. So let me just find them for you, and I'll tell you the second, and we can revisit it together as a whole collective. Here we go. So I would suggest that we start at maybe 040, um, just for a little bit of build up. But I believe the lines that really flow and really bring a whole new level of experience to this listening start around 52 seconds in. So it feels like Akon is speaking from like his own experience. So I'll give you a few seconds to go back to 40 seconds in. We'll both stop listening together. And again, I'll drop my hand and I'll tell you when to play. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play on 40 seconds now, and we can enjoy these bars together. Okay, three, two, one, play. So I'm just gonna pause that there. I'm at 133. Just go back and like talk about a couple of the lines. So where are we? Just a little bit further back. So I said 151. I mean, the flow is impeccable. I really enjoy his flow in this moment. So you end up self-destructing on the corner with the toolie on the waistline. It just has that nice little pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter on the corner with the toolie on the waistline. Quite nice. I mean, obviously, he has been on the corner with the toolie on his waistline. This is something that he has experienced. This is something that Akon has been through. He's clearly talking from maybe his past transgressions, you know? Um, or maybe he's not. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. Maybe he's just speaking about people within the ghetto and how when they're on the corners, they are often looking out and they have toolies on them for protection. So, but anyway, I like the pitter patter of on the corner with the toolie on. Sorry, on the corner with the toolie on the waistline. Just, it's got a little, got a little. Da, 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 da. Alright, carry on anyway. Just got up at the thing doing state time, so obviously it rhymes with the toolie on the waistline. But that implies that he's come out of prison and he's back on the corner, or this person that he's imagining out of prison, back on the corner, and I think that speaks to the ghetto as a whole. They go in, they come out, and they're back doing the same, in, out, in, out, in, out. I think that's what he's hitting at here, is there's no way out of the ghetto. So here, this is why I think he's talking about himself, because he says teeth marks on my back from the K9, and this also rhymes with the previous bars. Um, so that implies that people, what does it imply? Mentions that people are using dogs in this area as well. So people have trained dogs to harm Akon. Maybe not Akon specifically. I think it would be hard to train a dog to specifically hurt Akon, but he has been bitten by dogs. Now, obviously, that's a rabies concern, if nothing else. But if he was on the corner with the toolie on his waistline, has he not seen the dog coming? If he's on the corner, he can see all angles. Dogs generally, you can hear a little bit of pitter patter as they run up to you. He must have heard something as the dog approached. Or maybe it's that multiple dogs approached him from multiple angles. But that would be the dogs must be commanded by someone or let loose by someone or multiple people, and that would require an incredible amount of coordination. Unless, unless it's a police dog, a police canine. Um, and maybe he was being chased and he ran away, and the canine got him on the back. So if I was a policeman and I personally saw someone on a corner with a toolie on his waistline, I would unleash my dog. I would let my dog go after the man with the toolie. You know, I imagine I'm no police protocol man, but I imagine that's probably one of the things that you do. But this is just a testament to Akon's life, maybe in the ghetto, or how he perceives the ghetto, or how people he loves and known are in the ghetto. So just in those sort of maybe 3 bars there, we've learned a lot about Akon's experiences, and he's had impeccable flow through it all. So I once more suggest that we go back. We're going to go back to 0:49 here, 49 seconds in, just to listen to the flow once more, and then if I want to stop it again, I'll call you. But I think that really says a lot about what we're listening to here. So the last line of that, I didn't actually touch on that. Dark memories of when there was no sunshine. Now, I'm not. At first, I thought maybe he was thinking about the rapture. Maybe there was some sort of alternate timeline where God abandoned us and Akon. But maybe thinking about it, he was thinking about solitary. Maybe he talked about doing state time. As far as I'm aware, solitary is there's not a window in solitary, so no sunshine. So no sunshine in solitary. So he's reaffirming that he did do state time and that he knows what it's like to be back in there. Um, I would have to do further research on Akon to confirm that and maybe speak to Akon myself. So Akon, if you see this, give me a shout. And if you're open to talk, of course, there's no pressure to talk. But if you want to talk Akon, give me a call, bang my line, and we can talk about Akon Ghetto official music video on YouTube. I think that'd be good. I'd enjoy that personally, even if we didn't put it out to the Chungites. But John Chungus. So yeah, let's I'm at 103 at the minute. Because they said that I wouldn't make it. Who? I mean, the people in the ghetto, I assume. That's the chorus. Yeah. So interestingly, around 149 says you can't go back. Just you got to be prepared to remove your past. And there's a shot of the church with Akon's face sort of fading over the church, which makes you think that maybe these things were true and part of Akon's past. But he has gone back and he has repented because you got to be willing to pray. He sees God as his way out, and this is his way in. He's acknowledged what is wrong, but he's also acknowledging in this song that the ghetto was inescapable, which God must surely understand. He would understand that the ghetto is an inescapable place. There was no way out. I mean, Akon found his way out through music, presumably. But we're dead on 2 minutes, by the way, for the listener. I'm going to go again now. She says there's a lot of people dead or locked away, but I mean, the only way I would know that is if he knew those people. Or maybe he's a statistician. He knows the different stats of who's dead and who's locked up. Maybe he's just heavily invested in the news. Teenage women growing up with AIDS. I don't know if that's a ghetto specific topic, but that's quite a we haven't mentioned sexually transmitted diseases until this point. So it's interesting for him to touch on that. Maybe that's something that he experienced again, or something that was prevalent at the time that he was writing this. So I've skipped ahead to 235 here and he's talking about gunshots every night in the ghetto, which again makes me think that he probably experienced some of this. Crooked cops. He knows people who are like bent cops, not like, but they're bent, they're doing corrupt things. This is 247, he says, selling coke and smoking weed in the ghetto. Again, maybe a generalization, but this whole song gives a very vibrant picture of the ghetto. There's people with AIDS selling coke and smoking weed in the ghetto whilst talking to corrupt cops. And there's lots going on in the ghetto, isn't there? There's too much to keep track of. This is all happening at once. Can't trust anyone. You can't see the sunlight. There's a lot going on. And Akon in this musical piece is really painted as a picture of the ghetto, um, and I think it's very interesting. Not very often you get a insight into the ghetto, and I would like to hear more about how he conducted the brushstrokes for this musical piece. And then he just sort of harmonises his way in. Um, Now, from what I know of Akon, he's in the last maybe 10 years, I know that he spent a lot of money providing electricity to certain places in Africa that didn't have electricity. So if this was Akon's life in the past, he's really turned things around. From an inescapable place, he's become a man of the people, and he's become a real asset to the earth. He's wearing a shirt here that, forgive me, I might be wrong, but it's the Senegalese flag. I'm not sure if this is specifically relates to Senegalese ghettos. There's various places throughout America in the video as well. Maybe Akon is Senegalese. I'm not entirely sure. He also has a very big chain on. Yeah, shout out Akon because from what I know, he's done a lot of good. Um, so maybe this is like what could you call it? A testimony of his time. Testimony of his time. But he doesn't come out at the end of the song and go, yeah, I gave electricity to those people who didn't have it. He just sort of this is almost like an awareness video. So yeah, shout out Akon, shout out John Chungus, shout out Ghetto, the official music video. I would implore you all to go and watch it. I realised there was a few little choppy bits there, but I hope you all followed along and enjoyed. I've been John Chungus.